Are you thinking of moving to Linden Hills in Minneapolis? Well, in this video, I'm going to give you 7 of the most popular spots in Linden Hills, and we are starting right now. Hey everybody, David Calhoun with Keller Williams Integrity Lakes. I'm a realtor here in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and today I'm going to give you a tour of 7 of the popular spots in Linden Hills in Minneapolis. Linden Hills is a neighborhood in southwest Minneapolis located between Lake Calhoun and Lake Harriet. It's a charming neighborhood with historic homes, interweaving bike paths, and extensive parks. Cultural events and farmers markets make visitors forget that they're in Minneapolis, the largest city in Minnesota. So let's talk about the 7 places to go in Linden Hills. Number 1 is Lake Harriet. Lake Harriet ranks highly on many Minneapolis residents' lists of favorite lakes in the city for good reason. It's located at the southern end of Linden Hills and is one of the most peaceful spots in the Twin Cities. It's surrounded by expansive running trails, shady forests, and paved sidewalks. Lake Harriet is a nice spot during all seasons to relax and take nature in. There's performances in the band shell and a place for bike rentals. Number 2 is the Wild Rumpus. The Wild Rumpus is an eclectic bookstore with a wide variety of books from adult fiction to fantasy. It's highly regarded for its children's section, with resident cats and chickens wandering between the bookshelves. There's poetry readings and murals on the ceiling. The Wild Rumpus is popular. It's a magical place for both children and adults. Number 3 is a store called Good Things. This is not your typical gift shop. There's gifts made from Minnesota, including beer-scented soap. There's Minnesotan cookbooks. There's trinkets of all kinds. Take a look at the handmade gift cards and wrapping paper. This store far exceeds any of the gift shops you'll see at the airport. Next, we have the Lindell Park and Rose Garden. Just between Lake Calhoun and Lake Harriet, the Lindale Park Rose Garden is glorious during many times of the year. From early morning strolls carrying coffee with blooming cherry blossoms in May to the main attraction of roses in mid-June. You'll find winding trails and gorgeous vistas everywhere you look. There's even a Japanese Zen garden nearby. It's obviously been unseasonably cold here in the Twin Cities, and so you don't get to experience the full effect of this garden. However, during the spring and summertime, it is absolutely beautiful. Next is the Minnesota Streetcar Museum. Linden Hills pays homage to its heritage as a streetcar suburb of downtown Minneapolis by hosting this historical museum. The museum offers affordable streetcar rides in vintage vehicles around the neighborhood, with tour guides sharing stories about the history of the Minneapolis area. It's also a handy and scenic way of getting from Lake Calhoun to Lake Harriet. There's also the Linden Hills Farmers Market that you do not want to miss. This is not the largest farmers market you'd ever see, but the food choices are amazing. There's local food trucks and vendors selling specialty foods. There's falafel, Indian food, Red Wagon pizza, dozens of varieties of different strawberries, free yoga every Sunday morning and afternoon. And the farmers market is open rain or shine. And the last spot is Penny's Coffee. Penny's Coffee is all windows and exposed brick, plus a beautiful downstairs work-study area as an added bonus. You cannot go wrong with an iced caramel latte, which is my personal go-to, but if you're looking for something different, you can try their golden latte. During warmer months, the coffee shop opens up its glass doors, creating an open, breezy cafe to enjoy your beverage in. And if you're visiting around lunchtime, make sure to try one of their crepes or salad. The median sales price for a Linden Hills home over the last 12 months is $578,000. Overall, Linden Hills is a wonderful place to live because of its proximity to downtown Minneapolis. It has easy access to both Lake Calhoun and Harriet. If you're a runner, you would really enjoy running around the lakes. It definitely has a small town feel with the downtown in Linden Hills. Some of the common home types you'll see in Linden Hills, you'll see colonials, you'll see Tudors, you'll see mid-century modern even, and then you'll also see a lot of new construction where homes were demolished and new homes were built on that lot. Another bonus of living in Linden Hills is the proximity to downtown Minneapolis and the airport. There's plenty of free street parking as well. There are some pay lots available and it's really cheap though. It's like $1.25 an hour. If you're trying to get around the city, you can rent bikes in addition to canoes, kayaks, and paddle boats. And in the wintertime, there's the annual Lake Harriet Winter Kite Festival, drawing kites of all shapes and sizes. You're also likely to spot even ice fishing and snowshoeing enthusiasts during the deep freeze months here in Minnesota. If you're thinking of moving to Minneapolis, definitely consider Linden Hills. It is a fantastic neighborhood with a lot of beautiful features in it. Close to downtown, lots of running and biking paths, and it's just overall a very scenic part of the city. And if you're considering a move to Minnesota, download my free relocation guide. That will be a resource for you in determining if Minnesota is the right place for you.